Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the one and only Michael Jackson. The king of pop, a legend, an icon, and a true entertainer. If you're a fan of Michael Jackson, or just curious about his life, then this video is for you. We're going to dive into the 2011 documentary Michael Jackson, The Life of an Icon, and explore the fascinating story of his life. From his early days as a member of the Jackson 5, to his rise as a solo artist, and all the way to his later years. We're going to cover it all. So, let's get started and see what made Michael Jackson a true icon. Michael Jackson, The Life of an Icon is a documentary film directed by Andrew Easton, and it was released in 2011. The film features interviews with Michael's family members, including his mother Katherine Jackson, and his siblings Tito and Rebby Jackson. We also hear from other music legends like Smokey Robinson and Dionne Warwick, who share their insights and memories of working with Michael. The film was produced by David Jest, a close friend of Michael's, and it had a budget of around $1 million. Although the box office numbers aren't impressive, the film has become a must-see for any Michael Jackson fan. With a runtime of 95 minutes, the documentary takes us on a journey through Michael's life, and it's a wild ride. So, let's dive into the story of Michael Jackson's life. The documentary starts with his early days as a member of the Jackson 5, and we see footage of the group performing on stage. We hear from Michael's family members about how they were discovered by Berry Gordy, and how they became one of the biggest acts of the 1970s. As Michael grows older, we see him transition into a solo artist, and the documentary covers the creation of some of his most iconic albums, like Thriller and Bad. We also hear about his struggles with fame, and how he dealt with the pressures of being in the public eye. The documentary takes us through Michael's most iconic music videos, like Moonwalker and Black or White, and we see footage of his legendary live performances. We also hear about his humanitarian efforts, and how he used his platform to raise awareness for social justice issues. Throughout the documentary, we get a glimpse into Michael's personal life, including his relationships and his struggles with his health. Now, let's talk about the main characters in the documentary. We have Michael Jackson, of course, who is the central figure of the film. We also hear from his family members, including his mother Katherine, and his siblings Tito and Rebby. They share their insights and memories of Michael, and they give us a glimpse into his personal life. We also hear from other music legends like Smokey Robinson and Dionne Warwick, who share their stories of working with Michael. One of the most interesting aspects of the documentary is seeing how Michael's family members and friends describe him, and how they saw him as a person. We get a sense of his motivations, and what drove him to create the music and art that he did. We also see how Michael's relationships with his family members and friends evolved over time, and how they impacted his life and career. Now, let's talk about some of the behind-the-scenes stories and fun facts from the documentary. Did you know that Michael Jackson was a huge fan of Charlie Chaplin, and that he was inspired by his work? We see footage of Michael watching Chaplin's films, and we hear from his family members about how he would often quote Chaplin's lines. We also hear about the making of some of Michael's most iconic music videos, like Thriller and Bad. The documentary takes us through the process of creating these videos, and we see footage of Michael working with his directors and choreographers. We also hear about Michael's love of animals, and how he had a pet chimpanzee named Bubbles. The documentary is full of these fun facts and behind-the-scenes stories, and they give us a unique glimpse into Michael's life and career. So, what can we take away from Michael Jackson? The Life of an Icon? One of the main themes of the documentary is the idea of creativity and innovation. Michael Jackson was a true original, and he pushed the boundaries of what was possible in music and art. We see this in his music videos, his live performances, and his albums. The documentary also explores the idea of identity and how Michael struggled to balance his public and private personas. We see how he used his music and art to express himself and to connect with his fans. The cinematography in the documentary is also worth noting, as it features a mix of archival footage and new interviews. The film is well paced, and it keeps us engaged throughout. So, should you watch Michael Jackson, The Life of an Icon? Absolutely. This documentary is a must-see for any Michael Jackson fan, and it's a great introduction to his life and career for those who are new to his music. The film is well made, and it features a wealth of behind-the-scenes stories and fun facts. I would give it a rating of 8 out of 10, and I highly recommend it to anyone who loves music, art, or pop culture. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.